Hello, everybody. It is me again, Jimmy Justin Rules here, bringing you another guide to Battlefield 3. And this time it is the third episode, and it's Jets. And yeah, been a long time since I've actually uploaded a guide to Battlefield 3, so I actually had this footage just kind of stored up. It's not the best footage, but even though it's not a good example, I can still give you a good airplane setup and tips to use. My airplane setup, which I like to attack ground infantry and tanks with, is rocket pods, air radar, and extinguishers. I always run extinguishers just because it lets you get back in the dogfight. You don't have to jump out and try and get an airplane or just die like a man should do. But I run extinguishers. The rocket pods are probably the most useful out of the three attachments you can get for the underwing, missile type things. Heat seekers, I would only run those if you know that there's not going to be any armor troubles for your team whatsoever. If you've got like a million guys on your team with javelins or whatever, then you don't need to use rocket pods or missile. But I always run rocket pods just because I'm always attacking armor. This is really old footage of me, so I'm not attacking armor that much. And the heat seekers, well, they're only used for anti-air, so that's why I don't necessarily like them. So yeah, you can have your choice. Really, it's preference on the first slot you choose, but I always like air radar. That way I can always know my enemy's positions and know like how to out dogfight them, and that's always a good thing in my opinion. Now, the first flying tip I can actually give you is maintain a low airspeed when you are dogfighting. Not going all the way to where you're stalling, but when you're in a circle dogfight, a low airspeed will get you the best chance of survival. And yeah. Also, never try going in a circle dogfight for too long. You will only end up just getting very bored and probably your thumbs to hurt. If you're on consoles, you'll get your fingers to hurt, I guess, if you're on PC. But always try. One of my favorite strategies is the scissor cut, which is a real life thing that they teach in the Top Gun school. And you hit the air brakes hard, nose up, and they'll keep following you. You hit the air brakes harder, and then nose down, and and if you do it right, you should be actually on their tail. You can actually, a lot of actual dog fighting techniques work in this game, so you could look those up, but that's kind of the one I use the most frequent, is kind of a scissor type technique. And if you're going after infantry, what I would suggest is, because I've got a lot of infantry kills, it's not hard. First you gotta look for those little orange dots, pull all the way hard back on your air brake, get as far away from you can, and just start unleashing them with cannon rounds. It should actually take them out fairly easy. And the rocket pods are pretty good for it too, but it requires a lot more rocket pods, and they have a lot more travel time than the cannon rounds. So I use the cannon. So yeah, that's basically that's basically the kind of most simple tips I can give you. Is if you're going after ground, use the rocket pods. If you're going after air, use the heat seekers, which is kind of common knowledge, but for new players it might help. And like the first tier slot, that's really preference as to what you want. If you want to have auto loader, just keep pumping in rounds to your enemy, just all that stuff. It's got a lot of variety in the first slot of your jet. But I always run air radar just so I can know where everything is. And yeah, this is old footage, and it's the only really real footage I had of me flying jets. So I would just like to say that yeah, that's my guide to jets in Battlefield 3, and hope you enjoyed this, and I got a lot more videos coming soon. So yeah, look forward to those. And yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.